Any other questions? Ali. And then to Geeta. Later, yeah, Shraddha is also.
Uh, I was just listening to all your the litany of investments that Adani has made all over the last 10 years. My first question is, what sort of a pattern do you see in the kind of investments and the interest that the broad kind of pattern? Is there a broad pattern at all, or
Yes,
is it just very
there is a pattern.
random? My second question is, is there any pushback at all from other corporate houses? Because there doesn't seem to be any.
You see, I cannot answer what on behalf of anybody else. I can say that Jairam Ramesh alleged that a union minister phoned these high net worth individuals and told their family offices to invest in the Adani follow-on public offer. I never said it, Jairam Ramesh said. Who this union minister is, what he said, I don't know. All I know that Mr. Gautam Adani withdrew that public offer. So we can only speculate. How their names came in the public domain, we don't know. But the fact is, Mr. Sunil Bharti Mittal, Mr. Sajan Jindal, the Hindujas, the representatives of the Torrent Group and Zydus Cadila Group never denied what was attributed to them. That's one point. I do not know how other Indian businessmen are reacting. But Geeta, there is a pattern, and you can see the pattern. And this pattern was pointed out not just by Ravi in Adani Watch. Before that, CNBC Television 18, which is part of the Ambani media empire, Economic Times, which is part of the Times of India group, they all pointed out there were defamation cases against Lata Venkatesh of CNBC, against journalists from Economic Times. So we see different kinds of patterns, including a pattern of the way journalists who report what happens to them. At the end of the day, as Ravi had pointed out earlier, it's not us. Mahua Maitra, she's a member of the Lok Sabha. She's saying, I wrote to SEBI 1.5 years back. What are you doing about it? So, you'll find the pattern. It's quite easy to find the pattern.
No, what I also meant was the pattern in terms of the fact that he is controlling all of transport today, from the ports to the airports to just about every way in which any entry of goods and services in the country.
I mean, the Godda
also
project,
natural resources.
The Godda project is a classic case. So the coal is coming from coal mines in Indonesia and Australia, which are operated by the Adani Group. It comes to the port in Orissa, Dhamra, which is operated by the Adani Group. It goes in a railway track to Jharkhand, to a power plant which is operated by the Adani Group. Do I need to say anything more? There is a pattern. It is not us. It is there for everybody to say yes.
There's an interesting case which is still pending before Supreme Court on Adani Group, that is of over-invoicing on import of coal and machineries. The story is very interesting, and it's actually, people say about over-invoicing and they don't know how it works. Now, we know that Adani Group owns mines, coal. I'm saying an example of coal only right now. Adani Group owns mines in Indonesia and Australia. These are subsidiaries of Adani Group companies, which is registered in Singapore. That Singapore company is a subsidiary of a company registered in Mauritius. That Mauritius company is a subsidiary of Adani Enterprises Limited. Okay, I'm putting it the most simplest possible way. So, Adani company mines the coal, uses Adani's own ships and transport to India, to Adani's own port in Mundra or wherever it is. Now this Adani's company, the mining company, in Malaysia or in Australia, they will raise the invoice to another Adani company, either in Singapore or in Dubai, and that Adani company from there will raise the invoice to Adani Enterprises Limited. Now this Adani Enterprises Limited will sell this coal to Adani Power Limited in Mundra or Rajasthan or Maharashtra, wherever it is. And Adani's, it will come to Adani's port. The entire storage, warehousing, transportation of this coal is handled by Adani. So if Adani is, legally it's not nothing wrong in that, okay, but the game is, if Adani's Indonesian company is sending the coal from Indonesia to Mundra, why a Singapore company or Mauritius company should raise the invoice?